So we just made it to King Cove, and it's a wonderful little fishing community, and we've had a lovely local friend just take us around in his car, and he's taken us out back where we've got to see a bit more of the landscape, and we picked some berries, and we tried to find bears but haven't found any. Yeah, it's just been awesome.
Salmon everywhere here, just swimming up the river, so you could just grab them. So is that 200 yards?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Did you get it? Didn't seem to move.
I think so. I missed it, I think.
Hey, got it.
Got it. Good shot, buddy.
Thank you.
Right on, you got it.
We're just leaving King Cove and we're headed towards Sandpoint, just an overnight sail. Should get there about midday tomorrow.
Apart from the fact that it's not sunny or warm, it feels a bit like paradise today. We've actually got enough wind to sail without the engine. There's puffins kind of flying from the water and taking off in front of us. There's salmon leaping out of the water around us. It's just amazing. We even had dolphins playing at the bow for a couple of seconds there. And now we're just going to play some cards and have some chips. Could be worse. What kind of salmon-y goodness are we having for lunch today?
I think we have a red salmon, just like we had for dinner last night, and lunch yesterday, and breakfast this morning.
And what are you making?
We're making salmon cakes. So we did Devon.
Salmon cakes.
We're just on a little island west of Sandpoint, and we've heard there might be some fossilized wood here, so we're kind of looking around at all the little bits of stones and rocks, and we don't really know what we're looking for, but I think we might have found some.
Pretty incredible to find fossilized wood here. Like, there's no trees for hundreds or thousands of kilometers, and I guess it's from a time when there were trees growing in this kind of place. So ages and ages ago it must have been a hell of a lot warmer, and there was a whole forest of trees here. Not anymore. That looks exactly like a bit of weathered beechwood, but definitely made of stone.
We arrived here in Sandpoint just a few days ago, and when we arrived, a local fisherman came on board our boat. He saw us in Dora Harbour waiting out that huge storm, so he came and said g'day and invited us around for dinner that night. So ever since dinner that night, we've kind of been hanging out with him and his family ever since. He lent us an ATV to, so we went berry picking.
They also come in yellow. They're still apparently salmon berries, but I think these ones taste even better actually.
Well, that didn't take long. Only been out here for a little while, and we've got 2 big bags full with berries. So we'll make some jam and have it on our cereal. It'll be great. And then we came back with all our spoils, and then we made some salmon berry jam with all our berries. So that was awesome. And last night we had a few of them on board as well, and it was really cool. It's been such an awesome time here, but yeah, got to get going, unfortunately.
There was just this crazy sound, and the whole sail just fell onto the deck, and the main halyard's still on the top of the mast up there. We're gonna have to go up the mast somehow and pull it back down, but we've got only one rope, so no safety rope, and we're at sea, so we've got to try and find somewhere sheltered to do it, but crazy. So you can kind of see what happened here. The brace that holds the whole halyard has actually just broken off and let the halyard go up the top there. So what we're thinking of doing is, there's a bay actually about 5 miles around here where we should be protected-ish, because we've got to get somewhere, because it's going to blow about 30 knots tonight, and we've got to be out of that and try and fix up our problems. So we're going to cut our losses and go around this corner and try and anchor there, and maybe it'll be calm enough to get up the mast, or at least stop and think of what to do. So that's the plan. Right, so I'm going to try and get our halyard back down, but of course we normally use the halyard to go up, so I'm using the safety line as the main line, And then Jess has just taught me how to prusik hitch. So I've got 2 prusik hitches to actually climb up this other rope that goes up there. And in theory that should work. Then I can get to the top and then bring the proper rope back down. One step at a time. So we managed to get the halyard back down, thankfully. Now I've got to work out a way of making a new kind of attachment point there for the halyard, because this metal one's obviously completely busted. So I'm going to take that off and then try and just make a rope sling attachment around the whole yard arm. Should be strong enough. Yeah, then I've got to find a way to stop it being dragged forward as well. So maybe I can use these holes here and use a bit of spectra cord or something strong little cord to kind of lash my loop so it can't move forward and backwards. I reckon that'll be alright, and then that might even survive the rest of the season all the way to Homer. So it'd be good if we don't have to stop in somewhere else and try and get something welded, because there's not many ports where we can do that and they're really out of the way. Alright, all good. Hopefully that works. Pretty funny, over the last 3 years we've gradually been replacing all the fancy bits on the boat that have been breaking. Like, this used to have a fancy plastic, polyethylene wear strap, and that just wore the mast to pieces, so then we put on carpet. And then the plastic track that's supposed to hold the sail on the bottom of the mast, the sail pulled out of it in some storm, and then we went and climbed up the mast and lashed it on with wood, with rope. And now the other metal bit broke, and now we've got that on a rope. It's kind of like, I feel like it's more traditional now. That's a good thing about the junk rig, you can kind of replace everything with rope. Alright, let's see if we can lift it up. Guess we'll find out in the next big storm. Got a line of holes in our sail as well from when it fell down, but it's not too bad. That's another good thing about a junk, actually, because they're all separate battens. You can tear great holes in one of them and the rest of them still work okay. So, sucks a little bit. Seems to be whales all around us. Harbour now, it looks really beautiful. We've been at sea for about 3 days. Some of it was actually pretty lumpy and rolly and stuff as well, so it'll be good to get in here and finally get the anchor down. We just passed our first sea otter up really close. He came quite close as we went past and looked at us lying on his back. It's so adorable. Yeah, lots of whales, things as well. A couple of what look like fin whales, which I think are the second biggest species of whale in the world. It was amazing to be close to them. So yeah, looking forward to the next couple of days of hopefully finding some bears and getting some photos and relaxing for a little bit.
It's a really, really narrow passageway through here, so we're slowed right down, hoping that we won't break the bottom. We just made it through and it's so beautiful in here.
You can count all the bears over there. 9 bears. They're all just walking around the shallows of the river and pouncing on the salmon, and we went close up in the dinghy. Got some cool photos, but it was getting a bit dark, so we're going to try again tomorrow with some proper lighting, hopefully. This place is incredible. But the tide's rushing out really quickly, and we're quickly losing height under the keel, so hopefully we don't run aground. So we just went to sleep because the tide said that it should have bottomed out. And then we just heard something go clunk and fall over in the cockpit. And we went, what? Went up, and the whole boat is just leaning on the side where it's completely aground and perched up on the keel. And the water's just dropped away beneath us. We don't know what to do, like it's just balanced. I think the best thing is just to leave it as it is. There's not much point in trying to crank the boat upright, because then it's kind of teetering on the keel and it'll probably fall one way or fall the other way. We're just lucky it's a dead calm night and it's just soft mud, so we're just kind of leaned over, and then hopefully when the tide comes back in, which it should have been doing already, there's just some unfortunate delay here that threw us off. It'll then just pop upright and then we'll get out here, anchor a bit further out. But, yeah, a bit exciting. You can still hear the bears splashing in the water around here as well. Guess that gives you an idea of how much we're leaning. So we'll check again in a little while and see if we're tilting any less. That's better. again to try and take some more photos of the bears. It's amazing how much they really don't seem to care about people. There's so much salmon around, I guess. Well, it's hopefully our last night sail. You can see over there, Kodiak Island, and over there, the Alaska mainland with amazing mountains, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm hoping I've timed the currents just about right for this exiting Cove Strait here. The currents are not too bad in the middle, but then towards the end they do accelerate really a lot. So there's a little bit of current against us now, but then it should slacken off, and then when we get to the ends of the passage, it should the tide should be flowing out and it should accelerate us out the other end. That's the idea anyway. We'll see what happens. Well, we've almost finished sailing for the season. Homer, well, we're going to winter the boat. It's only actually about 20 miles over that way, but we've still got a couple of days, so we're just going to explore some little coves around here first. But it's beautiful. The sun's come out, and I feel like we're in the tropics already.
Yeah.
And there's these strange things growing on the shore over there. What are those things?
They're trees. First time we've seen trees in months.
Yeah, real proper pine trees even.
Can't wait to go and explore. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it really does.